Hello, it is Friday, May 17th, 2024. I made my first video in about a month or 5 weeks or so the other day. And I was talking about doing the 75 hard mental toughness challenge. And I apparently wasn't all that mentally tough because I did have a life setback. I'll just go through it real quick. Monday, the hotel that I work for had gotten sold, and they were transferring ownership from the old owners to the new owners. And there was this big onboarding, session for all the employees. And the guy in charge of it took me aside. He said, "Hey, I need to talk to you." He said, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news. We can't keep you on. This is the new owners." He said, "We can't keep you on at your salary because you made too much money, and we're getting ready to renovate this hotel, and blah, 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 blah," and gave me the whole spiel. And so I lost my job 2 days ago. It didn't totally catch me by surprise. I've seen this happen at other places before, but I had been told by everybody in the process that everybody's job was safe, so, whatever. Anyway, lost my job 2 days ago. I'm going to find another one. Everything's going to be fine. I'm not extremely worried about that. But that was day 2. Wednesday was day 2 of 75 hard. And I wasn't feeling sorry for myself because I don't do that anymore. I have been guilty of it in the past over, different situations and circumstances. I don't do that anymore. I don't feel sorry for myself. But I didn't really have the motivation to keep going on 75 hard. So I went home and I had some potato chips, and I bought a 6-pack of beer and drank about 3 of those on Wednesday night. And I woke up yesterday and, I'm online all day long looking at jobs and whatnot. I had some chips left over. I banged those out. I had some beer left over. I had a beer and a half last night. But I was thinking last night when I went to bed, I said, okay, this behavior right here can turn into a habit very quickly, Pappy, if you let it. And I listened to myself for once. I'm not often very good about listening to myself, but this time I did. And I told myself, I said, if I don't turn this around, this could get, very ugly very quickly. Your weight could shoot up. You could lose all gains that you've gotten since the beginning of the year. So I said, you know what, fine. So today I'm back on 75 hard. I'm not going to go through all of the requirements for it. I did that in the last video that I made, and there are a ton of videos on YouTube. I would suggest, if you're looking for something different, which was what I was looking for, if you're looking for something different, this is it. Carnivore diet is already different enough, but this is just a little extra something, because carnivore, look, not gonna lie, it gets kind of boring sometimes. So this morning, back on 75 hard. I just got done with one of the workouts that I've got to do. I did a 45. It was actually closer to an hour-long walk. So I have another workout that I have to do this afternoon. That one I'll be able to do in my house. You have to take a daily picture of yourself. I already did that. You have to read 10 pages out of a self-help book. That'll be later. Stick to a way of eating. Back on carnivore, obviously. There's one other one. I don't know. Can't do alcohol and whatever. So I'm back on that. So I made the decision last night and this morning. I was like, oh, look, I can't keep it up with the beer. And look, 3 beers on Wednesday night. A beer and a half last night. It's not that much, really, when you think about it. But that little bit turns into more and more and more, especially with me. And, I can't ever really tell you the last time that I was drunk, but I like to drink and just get a nice little head change, go to bed, and everything's great. And it's bad for you. Alcohol is straight up poison. There's no 2 ways about it. So putting it down for the next 75 days, I'm going to do it. There's no failure that's an option. Failure is not an option. So I'm looking forward to the new chapter of my life. Wherever it is that I wind up working, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be able to make a great contribution wherever I go. I'm a pretty valuable guy. I always have been everywhere I've gone. I'm not worried about that. But I worry more about my health, my mortality. And if anybody's ever watched more than 3 videos that I've ever put out, I'm not the most mentally tough dude in the world. I'm really not. I give into temptation rather easily. I give into, well, I've done great these last 2 weeks, and I could eat this ice cream. Well, you know what? That turns into me later, a week later, week and a half later, still eating ice cream. So, I can't trust my inner voice. And so, I'm doing this to get mentally tougher. Now, doing 2 workouts a day, I'm obviously going to see some physical improvements from that, but this is, mainly to get mentally tougher. So that's what I need to work on. And the more mentally tough I get, the better, worker I'm going to be, the better I'm going to be around the house, the better I'm just going to be, in general. So I am looking forward to doing this. I'm very glad that I started back up today. I did take a day and a half off of it, and you know what? It's not something I can change now, so it's something I just got to put behind me, which I have, and just keep going forward, which I'm doing. The not having a job, and we're not destitute by any stretch. We're comfortable. We're not rich either by any stretch, but we weren't, destitute when I lost my job. I'm going to be able to, continue eating, and we should be pretty, comfortable until I get a new job. But I think I'm still going to try to go pretty cheap on my diet. And I figured, well, it doesn't get any cheaper than bacon and eggs. And so I think for the foreseeable future, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Because, I love bacon and eggs anyway. I love a good steak also. But, why spend $15 to $20 on a steak when I can spend, what, $5-6 on a dozen eggs and some microwave bacon? So it just seems to make a little bit of sense to me. Anyway, okay, so yeah, back on 75 hard. I've got a good start off to the day. Although it is 11:56 a.m., I'm going to be about another hour before I get home because I got to go pick up my wife's wedding ring from the jeweler, and I haven't touched the first drop of water yet today. I haven't had a bit of water today. And one of the tenets of 75 hard is to drink a gallon of water every day. So yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be probably 1 o'clock before I get home. Ooh, it's going to be hard to get a gallon of water drunk today. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard. But the only way to do it is to just do it. So that's what I've got to do. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good Friday. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be great. I'm not sweating it. But I also do want to be practical about my dietary habits in the time that I don't have a job. So anyway, it's Friday, May 17th. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll catch you guys very shortly because I am interested to see where this 75 hard takes me. So I'll be posting some more. And everybody have a great weekend.